What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Wanted to cover this trade that I took here in the Asian session with NASDAQ 100, and I will break it down and show you exactly what I did and why I did it. So, starting at 6 p.m., the market opened with a wick all the way up to the midpoint here of a 15-minute fair value gap. So let's zoom out. Let's go out to the left. You can see here this fair value gap formed on November 13th of 2025. So let's go ahead and annotate it. And let me extend this to the right. Center, style, extend to the right. Okay, now let me go ahead and reset the chart view to the previous day. As you can see now here on the 15 minutes, price wicked to the midpoint. That's the middle part, this line here of that fair value gap, the 15 minutes. It rejected beautifully off that midpoint. Now back on the 1 minute, let me drop it down to the 15-second chart. Same thing. There's a wick, midpoint, price swept. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Price swept that high that formed on Friday. So last Friday here. That's on the 28th. Wicked it. That confirmed a potential move to the downside. Now, if you measure this high, this wicks high and the low of that wick, you can see how price moves into, not near necessarily into the midpoint of that wick, but stays below it, indicating bearishness. Okay, so I'm already liking that price respect to the midpoint of that fair value gap on the 15 minute. Swept this high, this buy side liquidity, stayed below the midpoint of this wick. Then we have plenty of fair value gaps that were left open, confirming bearishness. I entered here at 25,468.75. As you can see below, there's plenty of sell side liquidity or lows that are basically a magnet for price to want to come into and take out that liquidity. These relatively equal lows are also a magnet. So I decided to take profit here at 25,413.75 and call it a night. Again, you don't want to get too greedy with your trades. You want to stay consistent. The goal is to at least make about $400 the minimum per day, or per trade, per day, per trade. If you want to trade one trading session, that's perfect. So one trade, one winner, that's it, and call it a day. You don't want to overwhelm yourself and stress yourself out. So again, I took my profit here. Before I entered, I annotated these equal lows, the sell side, and I told myself that this was going to be the magnet. Watch as price is already respecting this fair value gap. You can already see how price is attempting to move into those equal lows, take it out. Once those equal lows are taken out, then it could potentially come into this low, this beautiful sell side liquidity. And then we also have the gap from Friday. So there's plenty of potential targets down on the downside. Then also you have this consolidation here. This to me looks like a market maker sell model. So this could be the original consolidation, accumulation, rip, accumulation, rip, distribution, rip, distribution, rip, leading into that original consolidation. So a market maker sell model. So swept, we got the equal lows already been swept. Sell side liquidity of this low. That's the accumulation. So yes, I actually had my take profit set right there exactly at that equal lows. I could have made a lot more money on this trade, but again, don't get too greedy. Profit is profit. You are locked in. So just imagine if you had 5 accounts linked and you make about $700 or $400. That's plenty of money. Right now, I currently have only one account, my personal account, and then I also have an account with Lucid and another account that I will be getting with Tradeify. So once I start to lock in those accounts, then I should be good. I will be able to copy trade on multiple accounts, making about $200, $300 profit per account. Multiply that by however total accounts you want to get, then you should be good. Should be no worries. But I'm slowly building these accounts back up. I did lose about 2 accounts. So right now I'm just trying to get those back. But it's part of the process. I made a mistake and I lost that account. No biggie. I got a good deal on this Lucid account. I will be trading it. I'll pass the evaluation phase in about maybe 2 days, 3 days, maybe in a week. And then I get to move on to the funded account. Once I get into the funded account, then I'll go through another test of like consistency. And then once I pass that consistency test, then I'll move into the actual funded account where I'm able to withdraw that money. But anyways, back to the trade itself. I like to sometimes chit chat and talk about something other than what I was talking about earlier. Okay, back to the trade. Again, it's beautifully swept the equal lows. That's a magnet. You can already see how these candles are printing. It's from like the minute that I've seen the 15-minute fair value gap get respected, and then the midpoint of this wick get respected, this get respected, well, this breakaway gap, and then those are all confirmations of bearishness. And on top of that, you can add some indicators there to also confirm give you a little bit more confirmations. This volume indicator here also crossed the 0 line crossing, indicating downward activity or pressure, whatever you want to call it. Let's slap on the VWAP on there. Okay. Price traded below the VWAP, left that gap open, and you can see at the minute that it crosses, it starts to come back down. And there you go. Now, you don't want to have too many indicators on your charts because then it gets confusing, overwhelming. So I like to keep it clean, how it is right now. See, already sell side gets swept. There's a possibility that price may want to take out that original consolidation that's right here. It may want to reverse back up once it does that, but that's it. I took profits here. Happy with the trading results of today on a Sunday, on this beautiful Sunday night. And tomorrow is Monday, so it's going to be a good week. A little bit cold, but it's going to be a good week. But anyways, that is it for today. Again, I'll try to pass this account with Lucid. As long as I keep myself from not breaking any rules that I have, or sometimes you tend to overtrade and you're like, oh, you fall into that tilt and you revenge trade, you make decisions that don't make any sense. And it happens to the best of traders. The hardest part right now is to remain disciplined when it comes to trading and not gamify trading at all. Sometimes you're like, I can easily get another evaluation account, pay $50, $70 and try to pass that. But that's not the goal. You want to be able to keep these accounts for long term if you want to make this happen. So that's why I have a personal account with AMP, and I also have accounts with these prop firms, and that's how I manage my accounts. I like to have at least a personal account, because it makes sense. All right, so pretty much it. This was the trade for Asia. It was pretty straightforward. There's a lot of confirmations, beautiful delivery to the equal lows, and then the sell side. Once it hits those targets, just call it a day. That's all. But anyways, stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next one. I'll make more content like this. I'll try to make this content. Sometimes I don't have the time to trade Asia. But and on top of that, recording the NASDAQ, the New York sessions are not ideal for me, especially because I still working at a 9 to 5, so I can't really go live trading on NASDAQ, New York. I could do it in Asia, but sometimes again, family, cooking dinner, things like that. So I'll try to make videos, and I try to make some time. I'll see what days are more favorable trading the Asian session. I'm not going to try to trade every Asian session. Sundays are perfect because it's pretty chill, pretty laid back. And then you have Mondays are okay. I could probably do Wednesdays. maybe Thursdays. But I'll try to do more Asian session videos. I wanted to do it because I like how slow it is, and it's the price is already reacted to whatever news took place in the morning. So you kind of have already a game plan. But anyways, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and I'll try to make more videos. See ya.